Everyone, my name is Drinda Dye, and this is my sister, Dr. Pamela Markham. We're here today to give you some great information about one of our top selling products called For Her, because it's going to help you with all the problems that are connected to menopause.
Yeah, perimenopause, menopause, and postmenopause. It helps all those. So any woman 40 and above, she may be starting to have some of these symptoms, and it helps balance all that and keep you feeling better. It has Estro G100. What that is a 400-year-old combination of Chinese herbs that are known to help women's problems and women's hormones. There are no side effects in the studies that they did on it or any weight gain. So that was awesome. But also there's ashwagandha, which is one of my favorite herbs because it lowers your cortisol. Cortisol is that stress hormone that makes you hold on to weight, and it also causes inflammation in the body. We call cortisol face, where the face gets swollen. That's from cortisol levels. So this brings that down, helps relieve stress, helps your sleep, and helps your memory and cognition.
Yeah, and when you balance your hormones like this, it's going to relieve a host of problems that women face, especially at night when you're trying to sleep and you're waking up totally drenched in sweat, or the hot flashes, and those can come day or night, doesn't matter, but it affects your mood. So this helps you with your mood swings. So you also are going to have some really solid long hours of sleep because you're not waking up. It also supports your respiratory system, your cardiovascular system, your bones. I mean, it just overall, it is something that all women need.
It is. It's one more thing that a lot of us go through is that brain fog that you get with menopause and unbalanced hormones. It gets rid of that so you think straight. It's anti-fatigue. And we have people saying that within a week their husband was like, "You're acting happier, you're sweeter."
So there's a host of reasons for you to try this product, and if you'd like to, just check it out with the link below, and you can look at the whole ball of wax.
Yeah, look at For Her is the name of it.
For Her.
And we'll talk with you later. Bye.
Take care.
Well, hey everybody, James Rink is here, and he just disappeared for a minute to show you his activation. Anyway, you can you can move away from that at certain parts of the video to show everybody what's behind you. But James is having a new conference this year. He's going to do it again, bigger, better than before. The last year's was so great. I had such a good time at it. And it was so, I learned so much, met so many people. Welcome, James, and thanks for being here.
Oh yeah, you're very welcome. Yeah, so last year we did our event in Indian Rocks Beach, right? So that's just north of St. Pete Beach and near Tampa, Florida, right? So we had about, I would say about 100 people showed up altogether, give or go. And I was very proud of that event, even though, because there was a lot of controversy that was going on at the same time. And what I what I did is I was able to rally my true supporters and the people that really care about the work about the Super Soldier Talk. So again, my channel is about secret space program disclosure. Super soldiers, which is a niche within the secret space program, is not the only type of people that serve in the SSP, but we have other people that are going to share other stories as well at the event. Now we did I did expand it a day. We were gonna go outside, and then when I saw what the weather was like in Florida in the middle of July, I got another day inside. So thanks to all the donors about that. That was okay. So we were gonna do like this soul healing fair, right? We were gonna go outside, and open it up to the public. But then what happened is the city there said it was only open to our group. It wasn't open to the public group, to the
Oh,
public. So I pulled all the permits. I had to get porta johns. I had to get all, talking to the fire department and this and that. And at the end of the day, they just came back and they said, "Oh, by the way, you're not supposed to do. It's not really a fair, right?" Anyway, so we extended it one day, and then we did our memorial, right? Our Heroes of Disclosure memorial, where it was like Tracy Jaco. She honored, uh, uh um, oh gosh, who was it? That I
there
should
was a
have.
bunch of people on that.
Yes, but she had the ashes of this lady. I feel so Christian, right? Christian, I'm W. Yeah. Okay, so Christian
Yeah.
W. So it was really amazing. And then Tomas was singing his heavy metal, right? Everybody was because we all got up to share something. I shared about the secret space program and how these people, uh, a lot of people that serve in these projects. Let's just say it was okay. SSP is example, right? It could be UFO disclosure, or it could be we got people that venters, free energy people who want to help bring about a new positive impact on humanity. Many of them are murdered or killed, and that's it. They just die and we move on. So I wanted to create a ceremony where we honor these people, and we're going to do it again this year. And Tomas is in the hospital, right?
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
He was someone that I met and talked to a lot, and I never did get a chance to contact everybody because my dog fell ill.
Oh,
I had to. Well, I got a new dog now.
and not
But
only that,
let me
yeah.
say this about what you talked about at the last conference. Like James went over the whole history of Antarctica, and it was so interesting and so informative. I don't know if you had that recorded or not, or if it was they didn't record it or something, but it was really good and really informative and very detailed. And you had visuals with you too. You had a slideshow.
Oh yeah.
Everybody that was there was great. Even the guys, because I signed up for their toothpaste. The what are their
Uh,
names again?
that's Larry Obas, I think his last name is. So he's from Illinois, right? So he came out for all the way. Um,
And
so
who's the other guy?
we had Dylan Monroe selling some crystals,
No, I
right?
mean Larry's partner in with the toothpaste.
Well, I know there was like Arthur Gross was there with LifeWave, but I don't remember. Sorry, I don't
Well,
remember who you're
this
talking about.
I just want to say this about his presentation. This is nano silver toothpaste, and I don't know if he's taking affiliates, but I signed up for it, and I can tell you my teeth never felt cleaner. It's like using what is it, colloidal silver, but it's
Coolio, yeah.
better. It's more
Oh yeah,
concentrated.
it's great.
And
I use it
yeah,
too. I've got a
but
bunch of it here.
they talked about all kinds of things. I'd like to have them back because on my channel because they in their presentation they talked about things you. I was talking to somebody else. I think it was Dylan, but I was listening out of the other ear, and I wanted to ask them about all this. But they said you should never breathe with your mouth open. All this stuff that I just do
Yeah, we're supposed to do like for
unconsciously.
yoga, right? You're supposed to do that. The pranayama is supposed to you breathe with your tongue on the top of your palate there, and so
They were
oh,
loaded with information,
yeah.
not just about the product, but about your mouth in general, bacteria, how it forms, and things you should never do.
Oh yeah,
You
it's
know,
great stuff. I recommend it for sure. Larry said he's gonna come again, so Larry, if you're watching this, you gotta let's do a phone call because yeah, trying to. Anyway, but Yorante was there. She had this she did like this aura photograph. It was very helpful. It had technology would analyze your energy field and tell you what's wrong. So she should be back again. We also have, of course, Arthur Gross of LifeWave, and then I signed up for LifeWave, and I've been promoting it on Super Soldier Talk. So for all the listeners out there, thank you for who supported Super Soldier Talk by getting your LifeWave patches, and they're great technology, right? You can add light into your body. They're bio photo modulation patches that bring frequencies to help your body come into equilibrium. So it's a great technology. Now, this year we're going to have 52 vendor spots, so it's going to be a lot bigger. And uh, the conference room is 3,000 square foot, so there's like 320 people can fit in there. And we're also we have some other rooms. Misty Dawn, she's bringing in this rodent coil. She's going to do these healing sessions, and to do crystal sound bowls.
Was she the one, was she kind of in a costume?
She didn't come last year,
Oh,
so
she didn't.
yeah, so
Who was the
good.
girl that was in like the superhero concert? I mean,
Was it Kate Love?
I think so. I
Kate
think
Love,
so.
yeah. I just
She,
talked to Kate. Yeah, she's coming again.
yeah,
And
she was good. And what was her talk on?
uh, I was so busy, probably
That's what
going
happened
back
to
to.
me. I was trying to listen to her, but
Mm,
other people were approaching me. Anyway, it was a great time. I really enjoyed it. I'm so
oh
glad
yeah,
I went.
yeah.
I wish I could go to this one, but now, of course, I've got a new, baby,
Oh, wow. Really? Oh, I see.
7 months old,
Oh, okay,
my
okay.
dog.
Congratulations.
He's got a
Yeah.
beard,
Okay.
a bearded
Well,
child.
it's kind of funny. We've gone through a lot of change over the last year because we lost Renetta Jones. She died. Rob Potter died, right? Who else has died? Oh, and then Sue Mount. She was one of the speakers at the event last year. She was very sick, and she didn't want to bring her wheelchair on the beach, And honestly, Linda, I didn't even get to go onto the beach. I'm really sad. It was right next to the beach, but did you get to go? Did you get
I
to see?
didn't. I had to get home to my dog, and
We did a beach hotel one, and we didn't even get to go to the beach. So anyway, well, so I wanted to share this. Can I share my screen?
absolutely. Oh,
Okay, all
hold
right.
on.
So this
Let
is
me. This is my
yeah.
new. It's my new computer,
Okay.
and
Let's see
hold
if
on.
I have to send
Optimize.
request. Okay. So I met Sue Mount back in
Ah,
2013. She contacted me
there you
after
go.
my documentary I did. It was called Changes on the Horizon. So Sue joined my nonprofit back then, it was new. So there she is here. She
Oh,
yeah, she was very beautiful. She was monarch. Yeah,
very beautiful.
yeah, her family was very abusive to her, and she told me about some of the things. The picture of the girl at the Montreal hospital, with the original MK Ultra experiments was her. That was her.
Is that the one that was she was being it's a famous picture of
Uh,
MK Ultra
yeah.
child.
Well, they had the electrode thing on her head.
Yeah.
And so. Yeah, so Sue Mount, she joined and she had all these humanitarian projects we were going to work on together. She said, "Oh, well, med beds are coming out." And then what happened one day, so she was walking up the stairs and something pushed her and there was no one there. And she broke her femur. So, if you don't know, the femur is the strongest bone in the body. It's right next to the hip, and then that bone, once that breaks, you're really yeah. So she did get pins, and then the screws started coming loose and it got infected, and then she died. She got sepsis, right? So,
Do you think that's a soul contract though?
oh, I don't know. I don't think so. I think she was targeted. Here's some pictures of us. We got to meet up with Tracy Jaco last year, 2 years ago. This was last year, previous year with Daryl James. Oh well, so she was supposed to come and speak again, and it just wasn't meant to be. So. That's why we're doing these. We're doing this disclosure. We want to document these stories because you don't know. You don't know this person's going to be around much longer. Or I've noticed uh, when people come onto the disclosure field, they may only be there for a year or two, and then they decide not to do it anymore. So it may not just be because of a death, right? But it's important to document these stories for other generations and other people to watch them because it's a very important field of research because we can make connections that we're not really getting through mainstream knowledge. So,
Well, and
yeah.
also it's documenting the ascension. So you guys have been through a lot, but you're also ascending. You also know a lot about the ascension as a result of everything you've been through. You know a lot about how to ascend, what things to do. And I remember on the beach, and I was sad that I had to come back here because my dog I really left him for too long, but that's okay. Everything's fixed now. but there was going to be dancing and stuff on the beach, and I really wanted to do that, you know. I really wanted to
Oh
be
yeah.
part of that. But all of that stuff lifts your vibrations. And that's what I'm doing right now. I have another channel. I'm back on YouTube with McAllister TV. I just started, but then I also have another channel called Happy Human, which is the Ascension thing, and a lot of downloads from, Ashtar and all of those downloads that are happening right now. What are you doing? Oh, there you go.
Yeah, let's share some photos here. This
Oh,
is yeah, that's Christian W's remains. And you know, thank you, Tracy Jacob, for bringing the flowers. We actually, yeah, that's a very important detail. So we'll make sure I have flowers last year. That's Holly. She does massage work, and then I made this banner, right? So it was like 20 foot by 10 foot, and yeah, there's Christian right there, W, and you might recognize some of these faces, but I have a better picture. So here's the banner outside. I had to rally all my volunteers. My volunteers like, James, you need to go hire somebody to do this. I'm like, well, that's what the volunteers' job are. So I
oh, and
rallied the
that's
volunteers.
that's Kate Love in the foreground, isn't
Oh yeah, it is. Hi, Kate. Yeah,
it?
and
Yeah.
that's um okay, Andrew Chatsky back there. Okay, so yeah, you could see some of the people you might recognize: Stanton Friedman, John Lear, John Mack. I knew his assistant. I actually got regressed by his assistant. He's now dead too. Phil Schneider, there's Max up there, Max Spears next to Ben Murphy. Yeah, so we're gonna do this again. I might have to make a new one, a bigger one. So all right.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
there's me of Holly. Okay. This was Spencer. Yes, so he
Oh,
came out.
that guy was really good.
Yeah, he
Had
had
so much
served in the
information.
Montauk Project.
Yeah.
So thank you, Spencer. Doug and Gina, they had did our AV. Thank you for yeah, we thank him for your help, and they're gonna be back again. That's she's on my board of director, Catherine. So her husband was a super soldier. It was the original Wolverine, and he committed suicide.
Oh,
So she was not very supportive. She wasn't awake back then. She
yeah.
thought her husband was nuts. So,
Yeah.
but then after he died, she realized this stuff's real and she could have saved his life. And that's one of the things, we're doing this. We want to save lives because a lot of people self-destruct. They don't understand. They have the alters, the trigger codes, and you can diffuse it by knowledge. Yeah, you have to be aware it's there and you can do the spiritual work and you can diffuse it. It doesn't have to be a life sentence, right? So here we go. Some more people here again. Uh, well, that's interesting. I'm pressing the wrong button. Sorry. That's Dylan. Um, Colin, one of our volunteers. So this was at the memorial. We had Raw Cloud there. Michael Jaco. Shout out to Michael Jaco and Tracy. Yeah, and also Raw Cloud, right?
Yeah. Also, Michael
Look at
is
that.
who's that? Oh, that's me.
Yeah, there you are. Thank you.
Oh my
We had a
God.
great time. Yeah. So.
I have to say, I was telling Rock Cloud in the video yesterday that I felt like I looked the worst that I've ever looked when I was there. I was like, so,
Oh,
do you ever feel so crappy and all this stuff happens and you're all stressed
oh,
out and you feel
yeah,
like you look horrible? Well, that's the way I felt. But
yeah.
it was such it really helped me override my ego. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
It was a really important lesson. And the thing I learned most of all was now who's the redhead there?
Denise, I'm trying to remember her last we had two Denise volunteers, so this was the other one. Phillips, Denise Phillips, yeah. So
Phillips, because
um
I'd like to interview her.
oh yeah, she had a lot of experiences. And then we had Jacqueline over here. So she stayed outside the whole time. So she's an amazing volunteer. I'm hoping she can come back again. And this is
And
one of the
who's that?
guests here. She's one of our guests.
I
So
talked to her for a long time. Her and her, I don't know, I think she was there by herself.
huh.
I think.
Nice.
Not
Very
sure.
good. All right, so we got Raw Cloud. And then yeah, this is basically about it right there. Yeah, so we're doing some healing ceremonies, and there's my book. Okay. Okay. Well, anyway, so I thought you would like to see that. This was
Yeah,
another banner that we had made. So, um, and people were coming out. Yeah, they were like kids coming out, like, "What's this?" It's like we were telling them that we have a secret space program. They didn't understand. It's like, well, I thought NASA. And they're like, no. Never a straight answer. You have to look for the experiencers, and you can find the truth. So we definitely are a galactic civilization right now. It's just the general public is not told the truth. But anyway,
well, according to the downloads, this is between it's on the we're on the heels of it right now.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
and Urante over there. Okay, and there's Arthur Gross of the Lifeway. Thank you. Shout out to the amazing people at Lifewave. And here we are on the beach. So
Woo-hoo.
we all had a little, and then we had so much fun, right? We got out to the had this Airbnb. Someone donated some money, and we all got together afterward, had a great time. It was amazing. So this year, so we're gonna go to the Avante, and that is at located in Orlando, Florida. So it's
That's the
gonna be.
hotel.
Oh yes, and I've negotiated to $89 a night, so I wanted to make sure everybody can save money. Because last year I think that hotel was 180 or some was it 180 or 160. Um, so we
The one from the last
yeah, I know. So I want to make sure everybody we renegotiated. Here's the website. And again, last year was called Timeline of Disclosure. This year it's the Super Soldier Activation Conference, and we've got different ticket packages. We have all this one has all your meals, so it would be it's great because you can eat with all the speakers. You can hang out. You don't have to wait in line at the hotel and the restaurants and all that.
Yeah,
Um,
and last year, among my other problems, I was in the middle of a dental implant, so I was missing one of my teeth on top of it, and I had this little thing that slipped on, so I couldn't eat a lot of the food, is what I'm getting at, but
oh
it
yeah.
looked so good. The food spreads that you guys had,
Oh, yeah. Oh,
really
that
good
that hotel
stuff.
got flooded out during the hurricane. That restaurant, it's all totaled.
Really?
Yeah, unfortunately. So,
Well, I will say
unfortunately.
about the that hotel that
So it was a
that,
day's end, yeah, over there in Indian Rocks Beach.
but it was waterfront too. There was
Yeah.
a
It
waterfront
was right on
side.
the bay. Yeah. Oh, it was
Yeah.
next to the water park. It was a great area, a great spot. It was just unfortunately the hotel got flooded out, but
Uh,
that's
I
the
could
price you
see where
pay for a
that would
beach hotel.
happen.
Occasionally gets weather come through. So the VIP couples pass includes lodging too. So you don't have you can we get tax exemption through our nonprofit. We pass along the savings if you get it through us, and we give you a discount on your second VIP ticket. Okay, so go check that out. This is again, the website is Super Soldier Con, and you can see some of our speakers. We got a great lineup. I have two different sections. We have the Healing Soul Survivors, the Super Soldiers, SSP people, and then of course we have the psychics. The we have healers. Veronica and Patricia coming. Donna McGrath, she does energy healing. She's a great psychic too. Sherry's coming. She's gonna be talking about Starseed children. So and again. This is yes, you can see some of the pictures of the hotel right here. There's a shuttle. We're right across the street from Universal. There's a shuttle. There's the pool. It's heated to 84 degrees year round. We're right across the street from Universal, so some of us are probably going to go to Islands of Adventure maybe afterward, or we could go to the new. I think it's Epic Universe. It all depends what you guys want to do on the Monday. So again, it's 4 days, right?
Wow, that
October
looks
8th.
nice. Is
Yeah,
it the
October 8th,
conference
Wednesday.
hall?
Yeah, is that is a Wednesday. We're gonna have a meet and greet. So it's 4 days of conference from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? And then Monday we'll go to Universal or wherever you guys want to go. There's other parks. Um, so you can read all this on your own if you want. We do have a booking link if you want to get that $89 a night. You can book it in here somewhere. You can donate money if you're unable to make it or for whatever reason and you want to support the super soldiers. We still need to raise some more money. We need your support, right? So you could do that, or you could purchase a ticket and support us that way. Um, we're gonna have different evening parties every night. So we have we're gonna do a reunion ball for the officers' ball, and then a super soldier Halloween party. So so
Oh,
we might
wow.
do
You're
a
going to get some real
NESARA.
costumes on that one.
Oh yeah, so that's open to all the ticket holders. Now there'll be a dinner for the VIPs, and then for people who buy general admission tickets, right now there's a complimentary dinner if you buy your ticket before August 5th, the general admission. So you'll be able to.
Yeah,
Uh,
as I remember the food, it was breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
oh yeah, you're gonna get all meals this time.
Yeah.
So
And they
we're.
had like croissants and all kinds of
Oh
stuff
yeah,
that you would order for your.
yeah.
And I remember the lunch, you had good, nice sandwiches and stuff like that, and all kinds of chicken and stuff
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
there are vegetarian options too. Some people, and then some people say they don't eat much, so you could always if you get like a couple's pass, you could give one of your food tickets to somebody else. It doesn't matter. We'll figure it out. But here's the tower. So we got all the rooms are newly renovated. It's right next to the pool. We're right near the conference hall. You don't have to walk far. Matter of fact, I'm trying to get some rooms in the tower. I'm negotiating that now, so we'll do some healing sessions in there. So we're looking for vendors. If you want to vend, it's a really good deal because you're going to get 5 passes for friends. You can give them to your friends, and they can uh, you could sell them, resell them to friends if you want to do that too. So it's $300 to be a vendor. You can also get a food package upgrade. So we're looking, yeah, again, October 8th to the 12th, and we have a need for about 20 more vendors. What we're looking at still. So you could sign
Well,
up.
you have time, I guess,
Oh yeah, we'll be good. So, yeah, here's the room link. You can book that. Now, you got to book it by September 8th. After that, the prices are not guaranteed. Now, I know last year, the days in, they were giving us the discount the day of, but there's no guarantee they'll do that. So, the room block is being released at that point. So, the rooms will be gone. We'll have to get a new price for you. So that's why we want you to take advantage of that now.
The rooms look really nice.
Oh yeah, so
Very nice.
the hotel was recently bought by the Wyndham. It's being recently upgraded. So you could see some of the pictures from the hotel. Here's the pool. It's a huge pool, 84
Wow.
degrees year round. There's a waterfall. Um, again, we're 15 minutes from the airport or MCO. So there's lots of cheap flights coming in every day. And yeah, I know it says we're in need of volunteers. Uh, if the only volunteers that we need right now are people who can do marketing. So if you could do marketing, come ask us. Otherwise, unfortunately, we don't need any more volunteers. But you can buy a ticket. You can join us. We have an affiliate program, so Linda, you can sign up and
Oh,
promote,
okay.
earn some money too, because there's a chance that you might be coming. So we want to make that possible.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay, so this event's being sponsored by my nonprofit, Healing Still Survivors. We are a real 501(c)(3). I had to pay to get that, so you should all donate if you can. Thank you. So we're skipping the universal stuff. Oh, okay, I have a code of ethics. So this is how I want people to treat each other, because I go to conferences and the event organizers. They some of them can like ban people indiscriminately. It becomes like a huge ego thing. So I want this
Yeah.
conference. I want to have the least amount of bannings. You have to
Yeah.
be a really nasty person if you get banned. So we want everyone to feel loved. We want people to treat each other respectfully because I had one person come in. They claim they were basically they used stolen valor. They say we have stolen. They use stolen valor, saying they were super soldiers, and they just made up a fake story for their social media to make fun of experiencers. That's like making fun of Holocaust victims, right? So you
Yeah.
wouldn't do that, but that's what they did. So because a lot of people think that super soldiers are not real. Matter of fact, I had somebody message me this week say, "Oh, these are not real soldiers," and you know. A secret space program veteran can serve for hundreds of years. A typical U.S. Armed Force member would serve 4 to 8. It's about average 4 to 8. So who's a real soldier here, right? So it's disrespectful, but we're trying to make change. We want to let people know that these experiences are real. Super soldiers who serve in these programs, they have their experiences are real. They deserve to get their memories back, their files back, right? They need to get paid, right? So they're owed trillions of dollars. They include everyone. But
Well,
okay.
people are very ignorant, and you can't really uh, get them to open up their minds real quick like that. There's going to be people that are ignorant about it. And there's also going to be dark entities that are trying to
Oh
sabotage
yeah.
what you're doing. So, it truly is a battlefield,
Oh yeah.
uh, even in regular life at this point, everybody's fighting, dark
Oh
entities
yeah.
and stuff. But for you guys, it's harder because people are extremely ignorant when it comes to the super soldier program and what's
Oh
going
yeah.
on underneath.
Oh yeah. So, but we
So,
want people to know that that it's not going to just be about the super soldiers. We're going to have healers come in. Jim Gale is coming in. He's going to talk about some of the permaculture, some of the healing aspects for the new Earth. Of course, Sherry's talking about the Starseed children. And then I'm working with the state nationals. They're all teaming up. So this whole it's gonna be huge in my opinion. I think this thing's gonna be great. We do have a cheap day pass. It's like $15 again. Somebody recently posted said, "Oh, you guys are all about making money." I'm like, "Are you kidding me? $15? Come on out. Stop. Put some skin in the game. Support the movement, guys. We gotta get the
well,
truth out there."
here's the thing. You have the right to make a living and pay your bills. I mean,
Yeah, I
people,
know.
you're supposed to be out here doing all this for free. How?
Yeah, this is where we're gonna have the meals in the lobby bar here. We've got 13,000 square feet now. I'm trying to get some more, but so it's gonna be huge for sure. Here's some of our sponsors. Shout out to them. We love our sponsors. We love our volunteers. And we also you could sign up to the affiliate program here. Here's the flyer. So it is subject to change. We have a new guy coming on. His name is Noel Benoit. He worked in the MIB at Area 51. He
Oh,
knew John F. Kennedy. He was there when they assassinated him. So well, he'll be sharing. He said the Hunt for Red October. That's a documentary, and he was one of the characters in that movie. So it'll be really awesome to hear that presentation. Here's the psychic chicks. Shout out to the psychic chicks for that. They both are experiencers too. So and you can see a little mantis in the background. It's about some of their experiences. This, of course, the pictures from last year. We've already gone through that, Linda, so we don't need to go through that again. Here's the venue, and I want to show you the vendor page. I have a map of the area, the facility. Let's see if I can pull. Here we go. So here's the map. You can see. I'm gonna try. We're supposed to get two more rooms, 1,000 square foot each. So that's about this size here. So it'll be like this much area. We're gonna have more seating areas and more presenters. So. As you can see, we're gonna have a great time and get your tickets now, right? They're on sale August 5th. You get your free dinner if you get the general admission. And that general admission also includes you'll get healing sessions, coupons for healers and all that. So, and you'll be able to help support the venue. Thank you all.
yeah,
Okay.
and you had good vendors at the last time too, because I bought crystals there, and I got Dylan's information, and I got light code on shungite necklace from his website, and also, there was the nano silver toothpaste that I got. But there were a lot of vendors there, and I kind of went between interviewing people, setting up interviews, and then talking to the vendors, and then
Oh
trying
yeah.
to listen to the.
Oh yeah, well it's gonna be like I said, we're 52. We might have a few more. I'll see if I can squeeze a few more in. No guarantees, but yeah, we're gonna have a great time. Check it all out. Go to supersoldiercon.com and then click on get tickets. It'll take you to our ticket spice page. You'll have different options, of course. And then if you want to be a vendor, you can fill out the form and the vendor you could get, like I said, meal upgrades and all that. So um, we have packages to support everybody, and so come and support the super soldiers, support secret space program disclosure. Because on my website it says we know if you won't tell them the truth, then we will, right? So that's the whole point. We can't expect other people to tell the truth. We got to do it ourselves. So let's just do
Yeah.
it now.
But I also would like to say that there is of great value in being in a whole group of people who are on the same page. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't walk out your front door and get into conversations with anyone that you just meet on the street, even if you like them, even if they are slightly awake. You really can't go into the stuff that you can go into. And in this situation, you're talking to people who have more knowledge than you do. And it really is, it feels so free to be able to talk about this stuff, ask questions, get answers. So I think a large part of it too is mingling with everybody, finding out who people are and, um, getting to know people who are awake and who get it. And you
Mhm.
free to say anything you want to say without people pointing at you.
Oh
And
yeah, there's a lot of judgment in the community for sure.
yeah.
I, I've gone to like UFO conferences. Well, more specifically, MUFON, and I'm talking about being taken on ships, being injected. The military, personnel are there, and they're like rolling their eyes at you. So, even those people are not welcoming to the truth. The truth is that our governments, our military, subcontracted to planetary corporations. They sold out to these organizations so that they can was it convey liability, so they're not supposed, they don't feel like they're responsible, right? But these veterans served for hundreds of years in many cases, and they were supposed to get paid after their first 20 and back. So they were supposed to get about 50,000 a year. You can do the mathematics. So the money is still there, but they use it for the black projects, and they steal it. They wipe the memory of the asset, uh, make a clone, put them back in time right before they take them, so the asset won't even know they did all this work.
See,
So,
that's the part that's so dirty that they'll say they're going to pay you anything. They can say anything because
oh
they know
yeah.
they're going to wipe your memory and that you're not going to remember the deal.
Now some people did get paid. We know like Tucker Carlson, he was very high up in the ICC. Uh,
Really?
yeah, there's other actors, of course. I talk about the Paul Serene actor, and was it Kevin
Kevin
Spacey?
Spacey.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
clone of Paul Serene, and then Tom Cruise, he's the clone of Richard Bay. So there's a
So, how would you describe Richard Bay as he's or is does he own Umbrella, or is he the highest executive of Umbrella?
highest executive, yeah. So Umbrella was a alternate reality where corporations basically had more power than governments. So they were basically the government, these corporations, and they could do whatever they wanted. So the actual Ouroboros virus was imported off-world from the secret space programs, brought to the planet, and it was released to it was reduce aggression in people because in that particular timeline, people were a lot more aggressive, abusive, violent, and so they thought if they could release it. So what happened? It infected a crocodile, mutated. The crocodile bit a human, and then it started in Miami. And then if you actually look back, there was a video of it's 2011, I think. There were some people eating faces, yeah, eating bodies off the
Yeah,
sidewalk.
that
That was the beginning of but
zombie
they
guy
contained it.
that they
They
called him a
contained it.
zombie and he ate somebody's faces. They blamed it on bath salts.
Yeah, I think like I said, in this timeline, people are more positive, so it didn't really stick to us. So and that's what I'm saying. A lot of these other timelines infiltrate us in the here and now. Like we have the German timeline, the American Reich. So in that timeline, the East Coast was controlled by the Reich, and they released all the Nikola Tesla technology, so everybody had either free energy, not anti-aging, reverse aging, what they call it, re-aging technology. Also, the monetary system was like equivalent at 50 marks an hour, right? So it's like no, everybody had money. Unfortunately, they didn't. If you were in interracial marriage, you had to live in camps, right? they embraced the Jews in that timeline. So the Jews were all the Germans had the money in their banks. So in that timeline, we have the main party and the governor of the American Reich is ARN, right? So the American Reich Nazi Party. So Trump was the governor, and he told
Oh,
Hitler if they keep cattle prodding people for speaking English in public, there's going to be another revolution. So we have these other timeline bleeds over, so people feel like he's like I hate to say that word, in AZI, right? They feel because in the other timeline he was, but there were a lot of people that were, and that's all. But that doesn't mean that he's bad, right? Because in this timeline things are a lot different. So,
Well, Ron and I were talking about that in yesterday in the interview where we said that everybody has a dark side living out maybe in a timeline somewhere, and we dream about it, or we have feelings about things that we're not sure why we have them, and or we wake up from a dream we can't remember and we feel weird, but that we all have the full life experience, and I guess we grow, our souls grow during this whole process. But when you're talking about Richard Bay, does he jump timelines? Is that what he does?
yes, I believe so.
Yeah.
Certainly, Umbrella conducts business with our timeline. DARPA works with Umbrella and also other planetary corporations like Mobius, Monarch. Trying to remember the other one. Okay, but these Black Shield in Antarctica, which can builds Lake Sodden super soldiers in their pocket reality. They have their Tartarian breakaway, but so all these different um, planetary corp. Unfortunately, there's not much good out there. I think maybe Space Force is on the Triumvirative Council meeting on the moon. The Triumvirative is the where the ICC all get together. They decide who's going to run the secret space program. So it's a council meeting, but typically Monarch and Umbrella run it. They have more members, more power, and
Is Umbrella, I had heard that two things. They produced super soldiers. They had a super soldier program where they produced and sold super soldiers and genetically enhanced them and that sort of thing. Also, the the pink drink that they like to drink, that special thing that gives them that special oomph, that umbrella company produced that.
oh yeah, so they're I'm sure you've heard of the Hulks, right? So the Hulks were in the Marvel comic series and they're like, oh well, it's supposed to be Bruce Banner, right? But the Hulks were created by Umbrella, so they are immune to Ouroboros, and they can run faster than light. They can portal. The energy fields can be manipulated around them, so they're extremely strong, fast, and also dangerous too, right? They can be aggressive. So Umbrella would create them to help clear out zombies in areas. So yeah, and they actually did that to me, and I write about that in a book, my Rob Richter altar. So yeah, that one is what they would do is of course these viruses were sentient AI. It was like a femto technology, a black goo. So it was like AI that was mutating, it gets in the body and mutates everything. So they would go through a process of creating a clone body, subject it to a variety of different formulas. And typically, when the transformation takes place, all the bones in the body would break and it would grow, but usually it would die. So they would have to do that like 9 times with each clone, and each clone, the memory of that would pass on to the clone. And then, so eventually, then they can transform someone into a Hulk. It's extremely painful.
Wow,
It's a lot of death involved,
sounds
but
horrible.
yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, so what you're saying is that Richard Bay and Kevin Spacey, his other name, I can't think of it, but both of them actually come, if it's another timeline, would it be considered interdimensional?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I
Yeah.
was thinking about the Shaw House. So that's headed by her.
That
Heather Shaw,
model or actress.
Vanessa Kirby, right? So that's her clone, and then her sister is the clone who is Taylor Swift. She actually had some musical abilities; they could enhance it, and so the Shaw House is located under the Tower of London, under the London Bridge. Basically, it's like a 1 square mile area below the city of London. It's in a pocket reality. Now, I was actually watching this video on Facebook. This guy said he died and he went to hell, and he said that Lucifer was there, right? Or not Lucifer, but Satan. And he said he was underneath London, where so the Shaw. Slash Heather Shaw. She is Arishigal, the goddess, the Sumerian goddess of the underworld, and the Shaw House also works with Umbrella as well, and pretty much involved with. See, I don't know if this is going on YouTube, but if it is, I would just tell you pretty much everything bad on this planet as well as monarch. Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this. Like she's head of Mobius and she's the goddess of hell or something. But what do you think she really looks like? Like if she didn't have the clone to jump into. Uh,
Yeah, it's a very good question.
ancient
Maybe you could pull up some pictures of Risha Gal. You could see what she would look like. But either way, yeah. So there's a lot of powerful forces preventing disclosure, and a lot of them are from parallels. They create pocket realities. They use our reality as a like a virgin experiment. Like, oh, we have this great sub population they could test on, right? So they could change all laws of physics, and yeah, so that does happen out there, and you might see like anomalies and like the tabloid internet pages where it talks about stuff like weather anomalies or you could see like giant cylinder shaped clouds, right? So a lot of these are parallel time travelers, and I think those are actually time travelers from our future coming back. So oh yeah.
See, this is where I think most people who are asleep are going to have the worst problem is trying to wrap their brain around timelines and
Oh
jumping
yeah.
timelines and all of that. They maybe can understand underground bases, which is
Oh
bad
yeah.
enough because according to Daryl, these reptilians are it's one of the things they do the best is merging DNA and making creatures and stuff out of it. And
Oh
they
yeah, they're
do
really
that.
good at robotics, genetics. Typically, the reptilian would be in charge. Like in my case, the reptilian that was working on me his name was Tian. So Tian is a 12-foot tall reptilian from Diaries, and he said that he told me that he's a rebel reptilian of the reptilian rebellion of light. That's what he called it. So he said that he's working with other reptilians to bring the system down. So he's like a hippie scientist that says F the establishment. So that's what. So there are reptilians out there that do care about humans. So just keep that safe. I know it can, but unfortunately there are. So there. Well, so okay, let's look at it this way. We could take. Let's just take a soul. Like let's just take you, right? Your soul. You are probably, I would say, 90% service to others, right? So most people are somewhere
Well,
like that.
try.
Every 10 decisions you make, one is for yourself and the others helping others, right? So most of the people on this planet are around 30 to 50% negative, right? So let's just say you take that 80% negative, 90% negative soul and put that into an aggressive body like a reptilian, a Draco, for God forbid, and then you start adding AI, and the AI takes away the soul connection. In many cases, it would do that depending on the AI. So you take something, and then you get something really bad. So that's not the aggression that's the bad. It's the soul that's in the body, as well as the
Well,
AI.
Ross said when we were talking that a lot of these reptilians are infused with nanites and they don't even want to do what they're doing, but they're being manipulated through the technology. And they almost can't. Well,
Yeah,
it's like Daryl said about that reptile who put him in that 5D, they were gonna.
consciousness chamber, right? They were going to raise his consciousness.
Yeah, just all at once. But before he put him in there, he said, "I'm sorry, I have to do this to you." And then that's when Daryl smushed out his eye, because he thought he was going into an electric chair or something.
Oh,
And but he did say, "I'm sorry." The reptilian said to him, "I'm sorry, I have to do this to you." And even after, because I guess they tortured Daryl for like ever after he, poked the reptile's eye out. But even then, the reptile stuck up for him and said, he doesn't remember. It's okay, because the Nazis, I guess, owned this, or that was one of their buddies.
that's
And
pretty
this
fascinating.
one Nazi guy would not let Daryl forget it, but the reptile kept saying, "Forget about it. He doesn't remember it." So there has to be some good somewhere. Do you think they were created by Source or somehow?
Okay, I believe they've come from another space-time continuum. They've come here, but also these types of AIs come from other timelines, and they're always trying to expand. Now I know it was Johann Fritz. He said that he was on a mission, and they got a call from someone that they went into sector space that was loaded with this black goo stuff, and they said that this it would start eating the ship. So there's like sectors of space that are all blocked off. You're not allowed to go in these sectors. So, um, and that's and the also like xenomorphs. Those are real. It's 100 light years beyond Zeta Reticuli on the other side, opposite side. It's all restricted areas of space. So they sent a team in there, the Nostromo, to explore with the Hadley's Hope. All that stuff's real. Some of that stuff took place in our future and has been sent back in time. The like in the I can't try to remember which Planet of the Apes movie it was. I think the one in like the early 2000s. They show this lab, right? Then a portal opens up and they go in time, and then they come to a parallel where there's a bunch of apes everywhere. And I think in that timeline, the Anunnaki didn't create the us because we're like a slave race, right? So the original occupants of the planet were enhanced, the gorillas and the apes. So all that stuff's real, but it's like parallels that bleed through into our
Well,
timeline.
you just said something super interesting about sections of the universe being cordoned off because this black goo or whatever it is, it like reproduces real fast. It's real smart and it takes over everything, like even itself, and it can't stop. It gets bigger
Oh
and bigger.
Oh yeah, that's another. They can drop black goo bombs on planets. It could totally kill off all.
Oh,
Yeah, there's different ways of doing it, but unfortunately, yeah. So in the future, um, this was my guy Colin O'Brien. I asked him if he could try to remote view the future. We did a session together, and he said that okay, so we're gonna get our NESARA money right by 2032. We'll all hold on, 2028. The med beds. It'll take about 40 years to heal everybody. 2032, we go into like a 5D reality. 2035, Tartaria starts coming back. It's going to take about 30 years for all the assets to get healed. And then the Federation is pulling out around 2060, 2050. And then, so we need to create our own. So we do have the Space Force. It will be named Earth, gosh, I can't remember the Earth, the Alliance, Space Alliance. It's going to be called Space Alliance. And then they're going to, so by the 2070s, we're going to be recruiting all the super soldier assets because we're going to get healed and we're going to get re-aged. And then about around 2100, we're going to have a battle with the reptilian Draco, and then we're going to bottle them up. There's another species of extraterrestrial, the Kilitokert, who are they're negative or like barely just mostly negative. But in the future they're going to become more positive, and they're going to give technology to the alliance that allow us to pocket these people into parallels. And I think that might be like the whole thing in the Bible. It says there's 1,000 years of peace. I think maybe the pocket reality fails or whatever in 1,000 years, but I guess we'll have to find out, right? 1,000 years from
yeah,
now.
because I've heard there's 777 books to the Bible, so
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So
Missing a whole bunch of information. Not only
770.
that, all those lords and dukes and everything pouring over it with their, I don't trust it
Oh yeah.
all the way. But some things really do resonate from it, like forgive them for they know not what they do. That comes to mind with these people out there that are just self-destructing, really. They don't
Oh,
even realize they're self-destructing. I wonder if they, my new dog is named Max. I wonder if they are suffering from the Max. It rhymes with Max. Doesn't that have nanites in it and everything, stuff that like reproduces and
yeah, I mean they show like under uh am I allowed to say that? Can I say talk about this stuff? Is it gonna be is
well,
or
I use cute words, but
oh, okay. Well,
I've been doing it.
under energy fields, it can grow using some of the iron in the body. It can replicate, and then it can clog veins, and yeah, it could do some bad things. So it could also entrain the brain, the mind. It can genetically modify the DNA. So uh, now it would take 3 generations of people who took double of the V, thing. So if you get and then that offspring will be a different form of human. They will mature younger, become full maturity around the age of 16. They'll have more strength to them, and they'll be a more stronger stock for slaves. So it's like a new
Right.
slave race. And then 1,000 years from now, there'll be a civil war between these different versions of humans, and then it'll be determined where did it begin. It began in this period now when it was like different groups of negative grays or Draco uh, created these. It looks like the whole, supposedly they had what 4 billion vaccine. Oops, 4 billion ready. Right, the doses were ready right at the time when this whole thing took place. So how did they get in order to make that much doses? They would have to been working for like 20 years, right? So that's why, according to Oksana, she remote viewed it. She said it was they have these domes at the bottom of the ocean, and one of them was this Draco down there. They're making this stuff through like replicators. It's all being replicated and getting handed to the pharmaceutical companies. But I don't know. You can take what you want and believe from that. Can't confirm.
Well, whatever they can do, I know they're doing. So, if that's something they can do, then by golly, they're doing it because you can really feel the panic
Oh yeah,
right now.
yeah.
It's ridiculous everything they do is self-destructive at this point. And, I don't have any doubts how things are going to turn out. I never have. Uh, because, in the end, we know who wins. We just
Awesome.
don't know how
Yes. Thank
long
you.
it's going to take.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. Yeah, I know we're gonna succeed, but the question is how much of a win is it gonna be? Because, there I don't think I don't see the nuclear war happening. Every time when at Montauk they went to the future, they found nuclear war. It was around 2027 or 2029. They don't really know because all the records got lost. In that original timeline, AI was opposed by the public, and then this timeline, AI created um, a self-replicate, I hate to say the word virus, right? A self-replicating program that was sent back in time called Bitcoin. So by getting people addicted to crypto and addicted to making money on crypto, people are embracing AI. So we won't see the nuclear war when what happens is people oppose it and try to shut it down. The whole thing, the
Yeah.
Terminator, that was a documentary. John Titor was John. His real name's Connor, and so he was they changed the names and the Terminator bots, all that stuff's real. It's being made on underground bases right now, and they don't have red eyes. They're black. Yeah, they're all black. But anyway, so
Here's what I've been hearing about that is that those who are awake, which are not the majority by a long shot,
oh, I know.
are going to shift. And I feel like I'm actually in the process. I can literally feel the calm, and the peacefulness and not getting agitated and all
Oh
that.
yeah.
Everything's changing. Not only that, I'm getting massive upgrades by doing affirmations and meditations and receiving the sun in through my crown chakra and stuff. And when I do that, I get in the house and I can barely walk. I can barely stand up. I have to sleep for like hours. So I think that is true that we have a choice now, especially now, end of July to August the 3rd, to literally make the choice to jump onto that timeline. But they're also saying that the other timeline is going to probably end in something bad, but all these other people will wake up during, it'll be like a wave, right? And waves. And that the people who are not awake now, a lot of them, that was in their soul contract. So they're going to be the second wave, the third wave, the fourth
Oh,
wave
yeah.
on the old.
Earth changes taking place.
Yeah. But then after that, it's going to turn all into what they wanted and probably self-destruct or
Oh
something.
yeah. I under regression, I worked with a client. She wanted to talk to Dolores Cannon, so I got to talk to Dolores. I said, do you remember the show we did together?" She said she didn't, but it was like 2 segment show. I was in the first segment, so she may not remember. But I asked her, "So when is the 5D Earth coming?" And she said, from her perspective, it's already happened because in the higher dimensions there isn't time, so they already know it's happening, but they can't tell us a date because everything is subject to change. And so we talked about the different waves of, what is all the, and there's always going to be more waves coming, and eventually we will be there. So, yeah, so that's,
Well,
so,
that's why I stopped making jokes about them being stupid. Is because, well, if they have a soul contract and they chose to be in the second, third, fourth wave, then they're not really stupid, are they?
oh yeah.
They're just fulfilling their contract. So, I sort of let go of that. Now I just call the reptiles that are running the countries ugly.
Oh yeah.
I just make fun of them because they really are deteriorating. Have you seen Kathy Griffith lately?
Yes, actually I have. That's pretty, yeah, that's like supposedly like the brother, Anderson Cooper. Yeah,
Yeah.
right, the whole story. Okay. So, she was there, oh gosh.
Do you think she's suffering from lack of
Gloria Vanderbilt. She would do satanic rituals on these people, including her kids. So they were all programmed, taken. I think they were taken through like the Montauk Project, sent back in time. But go ahead. What was your question?
as far as Gloria Vanderbilt goes, she had two sons from a previous marriage too. And she was married to some muckety muck who was rich, probably part of the whole
Hmm.
thing. And
Well,
then she had the Cooper thing. There was a brother and a sister. Well, there was two brothers, but the brother that didn't survive was sacrificed, and it he supposedly jumped out a window.
oh yeah. Wow.
So I've
Yeah.
considered that
Then
Kathy.
Kathy Griffin was born.
Well, I this guy was pretty, so that's why I don't think it's Kathy.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
What was his name? Was it Coop? No, wait a minute. What was his name?
I
I
don't know.
can't think of the other brother's name, but he was really pretty. I mean, he looked just like a girl. That's why I don't think it's her. I think it might be one of the step brothers from the other marriage because there's three of them. And I do think they could be brother and sister or related like that. But what do you think is happening to her because, or him or whatever? Because he looks like a mon. He looks like a,
Well, they're like their source of
yeah,
that
joy
wildly
juice.
popular Google browser is been cut off. So they have to do they make the synthetic version, and they can live on it, but they will slowly fall apart. It's not the same strength that they I hate to say they need or their bodies are addicted to. So they will slowly deteriorate.
Let's
And
call it joy juice. That's because
okay.
they get all crazy and abnormally happy when they do it. And just like when Oprah was going, yes, everybody's gonna you're gonna get a car, you're gonna get a car, and she was like overly. And when Tom Cruise came on her show and was jumping all over the place on the couch and everything, they were all jacked up on joy juice.
Oh wow, yeah. Yeah, I mean
So,
they would go to there's like these elite parties and the waiters would have like a tray full of needles and ask them would you like some, and it's $100,000 a hit, right? So
really,
yeah, well it varies, 300,000, 100,000, uh, but
is
they
that
would,
how they do it? They shoot it up?
yeah,
I
yeah.
was thinking they drank it.
Maybe there's blood drinking rituals for that. Yeah, yeah, it's an intravenous. But
Well, they probably get off
maybe they
faster.
yeah, I see. I don't really know. I'm guessing because maybe they can drink it too, but the dose, it's so expensive. It probably would get broken down the digestive tract. So yeah, so they have these parties where they all get together and they have their fun, right? And then on the expense of lives of children,
Yeah.
fortunately. But yeah, I think. What do you think the public will do when they find out that that's real?
Well, it always gets me going, not laughing, but just shaking my head when people are going, "We need Epstein's disclosure now. We're adults. We should have it all." And
Oh yeah.
I'm thinking, you know what? Be careful what you wish for because when you see this stuff, it's going to scar you
Oh
for
yeah.
life.
You know,
So,
years ago, I do like a regression work, right? So one of the people I was working with, I asked, so his higher self knew all these answers, right? So I could ask questions, he would know, like, oh, that's this, that. So I said, well, what about Trump going to Epstein Island? What can you tell us about that? And he said that Trump was into older women and he's not into little girls, and that yeah, he's not guilty like the other ones are, but. So now he did go on the Lolita Express, right? So we know that, but I don't think he even went to the island.
well, here, let
No,
me
no.
get this.
He was Trump was one of the
No.
people that reported he distanced himself from Epstein. He knew the guy was a creep, and then he was the one that filed like he was one of the witnesses against Epstein. So that's one of the reasons why I don't think they want to share the files because they'll know it's an active investigation, and
Well,
Trump's a
do you
witness.
know Ishmael Perez?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, so he was on uh you know oh dang, how could I forget his name? Um let me think of his name. Anyway, name a super soldier who was there at your big guy, real built. Very,
not
very,
Raw Cloud. Raw
huh?
Cloud? No, not Raw Cloud. A big
Very,
guy, Arkeem?
no,
No.
his wife, you were talking about his wife. Um can't think. Anyway, I just had
Our
a
mind conference last year?
yeah,
Which
Jacob,
part?
Michael Jacob. I
Oh,
just
that's
had an
right. He is a super soldier. Yeah.
extreme malfunction. Anyway,
Sorry.
Ishmael Perez was on Jacob's show because I've been watching his channel a lot lately. He does a lot of interesting things.
Nice.
And he was talking about how Trump was he was asked by the White Hats to be, he was installed and he was a double, well, if you want to call it a
Oh,
double agent. And
oh,
so he befriended them, but he never went to the island. He never did anything like that. But that's why they hate him so much. They consider him a traitor because he infiltrated them. He got to know them. He befriended them
yeah.
on purpose for this right here.
Well, Linda, what do you think the repercussions? Because he said he laughs at it, said, "Oh, well, that's fake news." What would the repercussions be if he would say, "Oh, by the way, I was actually a witness on it, and I was a mole, blah blah blah." Why don't they just tell the public the truth?
Well, I think because more there's so many of these things and so many of them are still not netted. So they don't really want to expose that part of it.
There's still
Plus,
active investigations on other people.
yeah, and so they're working on getting ferreting all of them out. And I guess the ones they can't ferret out will end up on the other timeline.
Oh
Um,
yeah, they'll go to Gitmo, and then once the NESARA comes, the public will be asked what to do with all these people in Gitmo, and then the public will say just drop a nuke on them.
yeah, something
I
like that.
there was another timeline where I remember I talked to Tia. She said that Obama was supposed to make a public announcement about NESARA, And in that timeline, sorry, not pub, blah, blah. The actors, the cabal was given 24 hours to make a video, put it on the internet, and tell everybody what you did, and you'll be given immunity. So she said in that timeline, Michael Moore and Oprah were beaten to death by the public before they could get into
Wow.
there was yeah they were so dirty. There was an island set up to send these people to, and they were allowed to live out the rest of their lives, but they would still created networks. So in the future, there were still problems because these people were still alive,
Well,
unfortunately.
they were, according to Ishmael, they were all cloned. They had about 8 clones of each of
Oh,
them.
oh
And that
wow,
right
yeah.
now, this Obama they won't expose them until it's the last clone.
Okay.
So that's kind of a part of a holdup too.
Yeah.
They want to make sure they got the very last
Yeah.
clone. So
Yep.
this is the last clone of Obama that's
Oh
we're
yeah.
watching now.
I remember Andrew Basaggio, he told me that he said that Obama was under contract to tell the public the truth. But through whatever reason, I think there was so much money to be stolen through like the CIA these black programs. CIA is in charge of the collateral accounts, which are a variety of tranches of different sovereign wealth funds that are deposited all around the world. So yeah, so Obama had access to those funds, the trillions of dollars. So yeah. Anyway, but okay, what's the next question?
Well, no, I was just going to say that they all have clones, like in Hollywood, even, you can see it. So I think a lot of people have been arrested for child trafficking, but that we still see them.
Oh yeah,
Like Oprah has an island out in the Pacific, and it's set up just like, in one of these castles or any other place like Diddy's home,
mhm.
where they've got underground access and everything. And so, what do you think about Diddy? Do you think that's a bit of a distraction just to keep people?
Yeah. Well,
Well,
for
it almost introduces the idea of Satanism. It's kind of getting people's toes wet a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, so what was going on with the Diddy parties is going on through all different varieties of walks of our government and uh, yeah, power. So we have parties going on. We had the elite parties going back in the Reagan days where children were being taken in, right? There certainly are other avenues like sports, professional sports. A lot of these there's parties going on like that. So that was just it's just a sign of a bigger systemic problem going on in our society. Yeah.
Because I think there's even bigger than Epstein Island. I mean, Epstein Island is just one island. They all have
One honey
islands
trap.
down there.
Yeah, one
Um,
honey trap. There are other
yeah.
honey traps out there, but yeah, that just it just proves how corrupted everything is. So I think, like in the future, we just get rid of all these politicians. We go to some kind of blockchain. You put all whatever policies you put it on the internet. You can vote on it, and then I don't know. I mean, I hate to say full democracy, right? You can from that's mob rule, right? That's not good, but we'll have to figure out. Yeah, there's got to be ways to do it. Maybe they can have AI regulated. I don't know. That's kind of scary too. But I know, what was it? Al Bielek, he went to the future and he said AI was running everything. It was like a full-on socialistic society. But then they went into the future. Beyond that, they said that everything fell apart. So
Yeah.
socialism isn't the answer either because they find that people have been, they're like, they've been genetically engineered to be slaves. So if you create a full socialistic society, they don't work. There's nothing left. So of hope for humanity. But anyway, all right. Well, hopefully that answered your question.
Yes. And we've talked a long time. Are you ready to, go enjoy?
Yeah, I probably got to get going, but
Yeah.
hopefully we'll see you at the event.
You know what? I'd love to do that. And I'm looking for a place I could leave him for a day.
It is a pet friendly hotel.
Oh, it is. Oh,
Yes.
okay.
I don't know what the fee is. I haven't checked. You can call up the hotel and ask. Just let them know you're not room block. They'll give you the discount.
Well, you may see me there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So like I said, it's $89 a night. So you should at least come for a couple nights. We can work on getting there's like meal plans, audience members you can go sign up for the VIP tickets. There's the couples pass. Just go to supersoldiercon.com and purchase a ticket now.
There you go. So any last words? Is that it? The last words?
Last words. Thank you for allowing me to come on. I think this might be my first interview on your show. I appreciate it. And of course, you've been on my show before. You can check that. Go to my channel, Super Soldier Talk. I prefer you subscribe to Rumble. I had to self-purge a lot of content on YouTube. You can also go to healingsoulsurvivors.org and make a donation to my nonprofit to help support the work we do. We do need lots of money, so you know, and I'm not a an alphabet asset, so we don't get that kind of money. So we do need listener support. You can also get a copy of my book, Lone Wolf. Go to neologicaltech.com. You can purchase my book. You get a meditation cube to help you relax.
You know,
And
one of my viewers bought me that book and you signed it.
oh yeah,
So I have the book and with your signature on it, and I use it.
yeah, we can get some more books to the venue. They'll have a book signing table at Super Soldier Activation Conference, and yeah, I think we're having a great time.
Okay. Well, I'm excited for you, James, because this one seems like it's even bigger than the other one, and it looks like it's going to be even better. And so maybe you'll see me there. Um, and with my little doggy, Max. He can come in,
Yeah.
can
Oh yeah, yeah, it's
he?
pet friendly, and then yeah, the check like I said, the rooms are $89 a night, and we're gonna be in the tower. It's right nearby. There's not much walking distance, so yeah, we're gonna have a great time.
Well, thanks a lot, James. And
Yeah,
I'm
thank you.
going to pause this video and hold on.